Hey everyone, today is April 23rd, 2021, and we're going to end our aggression week with the support Tac Team. So on card of the day today, we're going to be talking about the uses support from the Marvel Champions core set in the aggression aspect Tac Team. It has the sort of keyword uses with 3 attack counters. It enters play with 3 counters on it. When those counters are gone, you're going to have to discard this card. And it has an action, which can be used in hero or alter ego form. It says exhaust Tac Team to remove 1 counter from it, deal 2 damage to an enemy. For 3 cost, that means you get 6 damage for 4 true cost. Not great. I mean, we know Swinging Web Kick from Spider-Man can do 8 for 3, so you can get a little bit more faster from some of your hero events, but it's still better than Uppercut, which is like the, baseline aggression card, even though it's not very good baseline for damage, 3 for 5. It can be great for softening up minions and saving up damage for a burst. A lot of times when you want to flip to the second villain stage, like against Mutagen Formula, you want to make it so those encounter cards don't matter and just burn through your Green Goblin in one turn. Well, if you've got 3 Tac Teams out there, that's 6 damage you can do in that turn, plus whatever you can get out of your hand that you drew that turn, because you've played these Tac Teams previously. So saving up for big bursty things can be really powerful, and it's always good to have damage on a stick. So, like I said, it's really good for softening up minions. I've been running this recently in a deck that uses Relentless Assault, Into the Fray, and Power of Aggression. This is very unlike me. You can see if I had 3 copies of each of these, that's 9 cards that cost 2 or more. I like to have only 9 cards that cost 2 or more in my deck if I can make it. So you're definitely going to be running Power of Aggression in this setup, but it's really nice because if you get a minion like a Hydra Mercenary, you can put 2 damage onto it. Then your Relentless Assault is going to be optimized. Your Into the Fray is going to be optimized. All sorts of things are going to be optimized. Can be great against Ultron in the core set when you're playing just in the core set meta. Just having a Tac Team that lets you ping 3 Ultron drones over 3 turns can be really useful. But it's got some really cool features too. Since these are attack counters, but it's not actually an attack, you're going to be able to get around things like guard and still push this damage onto the villain. You're going to be able to get around things like stunned. If you really need to clear a minion, but you're stunned and you have no way to deal with it, maybe you can clear that minion, flip down, heal, get rid of stunned in the future using cards like Tac Team. So getting around stunned and guard, I think, is an important thing that some of these supports get ignored on, and this is something that we should point out. So some common rules goofs. Again, this is not an attack, but it has attack uses counters on it. So don't be confused just because the word attack is in there. This is not an attack action, so you can't like chase them down or anything crazy after this. Since this is support, this also does not count as U for things like Hall of Heroes, based on the RRG 1.4. So be a little bit careful with how you're triggering things with it. I think it's still a really good card. It's probably one of the most overlooked cards from the core set aggression package, just because it was so expensive and your hero things do so much. But now that we have these villains that we really need to be able to burst down when we flip, I think Tac Team is a pretty viable option if you can stall out to the first stage of a villain and get your board state set up so that you can burn down that second stage really fast using these awesome shield support troopers. So that wraps up Aggression Week. I got to figure out what aspect we're going to talk about next week. Probably whichever one I play a bunch of games of this weekend. So be sure to check out the channel for some hopefully streamed games this weekend as we delve into Galaxy's Most Wanted further and further. Thanks for tuning in and have a great day.